expect them 2021 for we for start for think about how to how 2022 will be, which Ambazonia they would expect them for 2022. It be very important for the Ambazonian people then for know how far the kind work with the leadership don't do them for take the Ambazonian people them this far. Now which kind goals them with the leadership for Ambazonia Governing Council, the leader for a war of independence, it be set for the Ambazonian people. Now for us I be predict so it will be by the end of this year. And the question Ambazonian people they get for ask them, wait he talk, it happen or it not happen. The goals them we set them for the Ambazonian people them. The Ambazonian people they achieve them or they not achieve them. The vision will be put them for 2021. We work hard for achieve that vision and take Ambazonia for the place where the leader be promised the people them or will not reach there. Because the only way we predict how 2022 will be, make we re-examine 2021. Make we examine the policies, the goals them, the actions them. And then we begin to look at the key events where they take place for 2021 and how they change the people their direction, they move we forward, they take we for places them way people will not be ever dream say Ambazonia fi be there for this very short period of time. So DDC, take we, yes. Tell we from your own understanding, the man way Mr. Sense Pasking, Ambazonia FBI, help we make the Ambazonian people understand the goal way, the goals them would be set up for the people them. Who's how they?
Yeah, I think say you've been a master of presentation. I'm not gonna lie you, because you don't capture everything we plan for doing today. And like you said, you don't talk for we forever know how the future could be. Now for we foresee how would that come, how far would that come. And for our people then for already trust the leadership and be very happy say be undisputed now. Say the Ambazonia Governing Council and the leadership of Dr. Cho Ayaba now they take the country to go in front. Now for Ambazonia people then for look wait to wait Dr. Cho Ayaba be talking for the end of last year. For the end of last year, our commander-in-chief, the president of the governing council, will be tell the Ambazonia people and say we go exert more control over our territory physically in a way where it will be more visible. Because before this year, for 2020, the physical territory will be get them if it done declare for the people and say will control dynamically and would also control statically land within Ambazonia over 80%. If it done set a goal say for 2021, it will be in a year where we will show them for the Ambazonia people and say we indeed will control territory statically. And we don't show Ambazonia people so we don't be capable for even use vehicles for come up for use Bensikin motor then now would now use motor within our territory. That one a show of physical control. We don't show stadium the would be like grandstand the would be them over 4 grandstand over our territory, over liberated areas with liberated transitional with how they call them transitional council where the help for govern those areas. Yeah. Transitional authorities will be able to grow those areas. We don't expand community services, including in the educational sector. We don't see our picking the way they don't graduate. We don't see our school picking they sing song for liberated areas. Now evidence and that's it they don't go school for all the time. We talk say they go for school. When I remember when me for the challenge for their platform, they say who's at those school then they don't see the picking they mature. We don't also see her picking they don't begin the graduate they come for that school. We don't also get a big meeting seminar for pedagogic seminar where it take place for our headquarters where all head teachers them across the territory they don't be invited for be presented with the Ambazonia curriculum. They are welcome and very well. So this coming year, the president for the governing council, he done give we a roadmap already before the end of year speech, where he done talk say it will be a year for we for establish a transitional authority where they like a temporal government where you go to hold the territory till that time it go come. This government it go to implement more administrative powers them for our territory. Not be only the tax we already prepare the ground for put the tax. Cameroon tax it will be seized completely for our territory. You will also get the issuing of birth certificates marriage certificate, other administrative jobs and way, transitional authority, the way they be there under the military, they know if you give power for do am. And it will also be for stage for set the stage for the governing council for not just push for recognition for our right of self-determination, but they go to push for the recognition of our sovereignty of our territory. So this is now a very big step and a big goal where the governing council is set down for the nation. So make our people they know say why would we fight for push Cameroon out? We no go do the way the day where the last Cameroon military go come out, but also we go to take full control administratively, and also we go to take more responsibility for provide uh, basic necessity for our people. Then we'll get road projects. We'll already dig road them for Ambazonia. We'll get water projects. We'll get hospital projects. We will be more active in terms of taking responsibility and control. And if you want to dwell on this
Yeah,
again,
this
Mr.
make a
Secretary.
make a also add for what you do already talk. For 2020, the leader have already tell them, but for 2019, it tell we say we already become an international contender. For 2020, it tell we say we don't achieve dynamic 80% dynamic control on the ground. For the end of 2020, it tell we say if we work very hard, for 2021, we go start for establish direct physical control on the ground. It not be only talk am. For October 2020, the leader launched which they call and said the Akamatsu. It tell the Ambazonian people for the end of 2020, for October 2020, say for we for us for achieve static control. That means say for fee whole territory, claim them, liberate them, and make our people they live there in peace. We'll get for build a specialized army. We'll get for build a force with the wealthy CM. That force fit defend communities, protect those communities. Will not fit capture community territory if we not fit defend them. The only way we figure physical control now for build a force. So for October 2020, the leader created a vision for 2021. It take with 3 months for raise the money, train the forces, buy the equipment, give uniform, give boots for those forces. We even get people them, experts, military experts, where they come out for the special forces for other country, carry them for this site, from America and other places them, enter ground zero for them for go train these forces. And for February for 2021, General Efang, the Supreme Commander of Ambazonia Defense Forces, after they don't train the forces, then they finish, and the leader of a war of independence, they come in front of the Ambazonian people them, they can present the force where the leader promised them 3 months ago. Now for here, the
green
Ambazonian
beret,
people,
the red
yes,
beret,
they
and all.
call that force, say the Akamatsu. Now for here, the Ambazonian people, they start for take that static control. They start for whole territory. They start for whole territory. Now that they control territory from the state of Mezam to the state of Momo to the state of Lebialem to the state of Manu. The vast territories with the
knocking
Ambazonia
the door of where?
yes, with the Ambazonia Governing Council, it promised the Ambazonian people then will control a big part of Upper Banyan for Manu. Most of Lebialem don't be liberated. Most of the state of Momo don't be liberated. The state of Mezam, it is under the control. And as you know, the biggest urban warfare, it be led by your forces. Now the power of effective leadership is. Leadership will not be a noise. Now plan, execution, hard work, where the people they feel count on. See, when a leader talks something, the leader will work very hard for deliver the results to the Ambazonian people then. And meanwhile, people that remember, 1 week after the ADF, they launch the Akamatsu, they talk for the international community change. They talk for the Americans, change. They talk for the British, they change. They talk for the Germans, they change. 2 months later, the Canadian House of Commons, they moved the biggest resolution for their parliament. 2 months later, because once they start for CC, you start for get direct control on the ground. Diplomacy start for shift. Even Mr. Oganagitibo start a change for talk. Now power this. Now leadership is what if you count on. So everything where the leader be tell we for 2020 as to what to go happen for 2021, it already happened. And with all of this, the Ambazonian people them, through this force, when I see what happen for October, what happen? The force, it start for buy its own truck, military truck, for change the way we will present ourselves to the international system. For change the expectation of the international system. They start for build community schools. Show them for the Ambazonian people them. The thousands of Ambazonian people they attend community schools for the state of Manu, for the state of Bui, for the state of Libialem, for the state of Momo, for the state of Metam. So my fellow Ambazonians, we're there for a very good place because the leader set a vision for the year, it set goals for the year, and the Ambazonian people, they achieve those goals. Now, they call us a progress. Now, progress will be measurable. Not be a progress where some person who can't tell you in office here. Now, progress will be physical. You feel measure them, you feel see them, you feel taste them, you feel quantify them. Now, the kind of leadership this way the Ambazonian people feel count on for their development, for their security, for their progress, whether not educational progress, whether not progress for the road development, whether not progress for build hospitals, whether not progress for build water, whether not progress for good governance. The Ambazonian people feel count on. The governing council don't lay the foundation for the Ambazonian people then. For trust, say their future not going to be secured, but they go get the development. They go get all the things and we go give them the life where they fight for. So for 2022, we'll get there, but this make I leave you, make you finish up what you want also talk for this one.
Oh yes, I just want for tell our people say we don't go through a lot of experiment right from the beginning of this struggle. The Ambazonia Governing Council, they have been laser focused on accomplishing this goal. They have been focused on the mission, not just by rhetorics, not just by dreaming. Like Ayaba Cho always talk, we shall liberate Ambazonia not by dreams. We shall make hard effort. It's not going to be a walk on the park. And when I see the result on the ground, we need to align ourselves. Me, all man way believe for freedom, may they align themselves. It be very sad today say we no fit drag along all the other organization them to go ahead with us without any conflict, because some people they go always get these feelings of elitism and stuff like that. We don't go through a lot as a people. But one thing with the Ambazonian people then fit count on, now say you get an organization, a nationalist organization will be well constituted with over 38 different missions across the globe, with our forces on the ground, with our transitional authorities on the ground, building communities on the ground, focus on one thing, freedom of Ambazonia. Freedom, freedom, freedom. They are building a future you can count on. It's a leadership you can count on. You must align. It's the right thing to do. It's the patriot thing to do. What other options do you have? What options do you have? It have been tough journey, starting from listening to different voices. And I think just now with the audio message that Dr. Cho have released, telling the Ambazonian people that the Ambazonia Governing Council will be establishing a transitional authority on the ground. This should be the focus of our people. They should forget about politics. There is no alternative leadership for those who have been hoping that somehow some poor bear will come and liberate Ambazonia, or come and be our own poor bear. We shall not have a poor bear in Ambazonia. We shall have a free country where the government will be working for everybody, where there will not be discrimination, nepotism, There will not be people signing projects, giving political advantage to other people. How do they call it? Meritocracy will reign. People will have to have that opportunity, and equitable society for the poor man. This is a grassroots movement. The Ambazonia Governing Council is a grassroots movement. We do not go and look for the general who can speak the best bookman to put there to be our General Ivor. We look for somebody who is practical, who can give result on the ground. When they look for a DDC, they didn't go to look for somebody who have 1,000 followers on social media. They came and look for somebody who is dedicated and committed to see the mission through. The same when they are looking for a press secretary, they don't go and look for somebody who have a journalistic background. They look for somebody who understands the vision of the leader and who is in sync with him for the mission, not just a hand clapper. You have seen the PS challenging Dr. Cho Ayaba in front of the whole Amazonia. These are the type of people we have. You look at Che Kavi, he challenged the policy of the organization where he's a chief. And that is who we are. You can be rest assured, Ambazonia, that this is a one-time generation. This is the foundation stone. We have believed for so long that a leadership should come from somewhere. I don't know where our people. You should get the leader from somewhere. Must be from a party from Bakwere land. I don't know who convinced people to think that way. We have believed somehow that you will go and argue in the United Nations and use the force of argument, not the argument of force, and somehow we will win. We had believed that we will just go and create a government and make ourselves, call ourselves president, and president sign degree and liberate ourselves. But we have realized that those things do not work. You cannot go to sue Pobia in court and win any case. You cannot go to the ICJ and they receive your case. Only language that the world understand, because they have seen us African people as primitive people who cannot organize themselves, people who just want to eat money. They just want to be consumer. We cannot die for our own country. We cannot make sacrifices for ourselves. But this is a never again generation, like General Mba Ivo, like the heroes in the governing council, the women, Mama Wali, Mama Deborah, Brohida, all the dedicated Dr. Abu Free, all these dedicated people have shown our people that we can dedicate ourselves. We can pay the ultimate price without blinking. We are ready for freedom. We can organize ourselves. We can build an army. We are not asking the world to come and give us independence. We are showing the world that we are independent. We are not asking the world to come and establish some international borders out of some concept of international law because they signed treaty, but we are telling them that this is our homeland, it is our soil, and we have a right to it, and we are going to defend it against all enemy, including the United Nations. If they become an enemy, if they start to conspire against us, we will defend ourselves against them. We will exist as a people in the Ambas Bay, in that Gulf of Guinea, our territorial demarcation. We are not asking 1 inch of land from Nigeria. We are not asking 1 inch of land from Cameroon. We are going to be independent. And we are telling Cameroon, we are telling Nigeria that anybody who violates Ambazonia territorial integrity will receive the same treatment that the Americans will receive if they violate the Soviet Union or they violate Russia. We are telling everybody that for you to step your foot in Ambazonia, you will ask permission from us. For you to exploit our resources, you will ask permission from us. Ambazonia will not be Congo. Ambazonia will not be Mozambique. Ambazonia will not be a prostitution country where the white people and their conglomerate, they will come and take resources and go back. They are going to bring impostors, bring corrupt individuals to hijack our political system and put a system where even voting will not have no meaning. We are determined to build a democracy according to our image. We are determined to build a free homeland and become a positive competitor in the international economy without asking anything from anybody. And eventually, those who want to be partner with us, those who want to do business with our oil in Sonora, who want to do business with our farms in the CDC, we'll have to do so in a way that will benefit our people through a structure that is there for our people, that will be built based on legitimate concern from our people, not from backdoor conspiracy. It will not work. This is Ambazonia. We are Ambazonia. It is our land. We are taking it back. Cameroon will never rule Ambazonia. The United Nations will never rule Ambazonia. Nigeria will never rule Ambazonia. Ambazonia, as I tell you today, over our blood, you take away our blood, other generation will give their blood. We will be free from Cameroon. We will be free from Nigeria. We will be free from the conspiracy of the IMF. All those things that have put black people on the ground, we will free ourselves from them. And we will deal with business with them like they are doing with the Singapore. We will deal with business with them like they do with Malaysia, like they do with anybody else. Gone are the days of slavery. Gone are the days of inferiority. Today we are people, we have lifted up our head high. It's not coming down.